Hypnotized by the White Stripes. Pretty easy song. It's pretty fast paced. You got to keep your hand moving the whole time. So let's get started. It has three main chords at the beginning. A, C, and E. And so the A chord is going to be on the 5th fret of the E string, and then the power chord, you want to go up 2 frets and down 1 string. That gives you your power chord, those 2 strings together. So there's your A, 5th fret of the E string. Your C is going to be on the 3rd fret of the A string. And then your E is up there on the 7th fret of the A string. So you can kind of see the pattern there of and then that goes from a 1st fret, 3rd fret, back to the 5th fret, the starting point there. So that's an F, a G, and an A. And he's on that G for just a split second, so it's... So the next part is he does that, from A, C to E, back to C. He does that one more time. And then he goes up to the 7th fret again and grabs the 8th for just a second. Let me do that again. Then he starts back over, does the A, C, E thing one more time. Now he goes to the 8th fret, the 5th fret, and then the 7th fret, and then back to the A on the up there on the 5th fret of the E string. So it's something like this. Eight, 5, 7, 5, and the first 3 are on the A string. The last 5 there is back on that E string. Okay, I'll do the whole thing from the top. Okay, now let's talk about the break where he just hammers on that A note right there on the E string. So that would be the 5th fret. And, it's one of those things that's a little harder to try and describe and discuss than it is to just do it. But here we go. I'll try to explain it. And just listening to it and playing along with the song is a really good way to get better at it. But just understand the bars. He starts off up here. He's hitting 8th notes. So he's hitting that note 8 times for every bar. And the first time he goes through it, he does it for 4 bars. So that's a total of 32 notes that he's hitting in very quick succession, with 2 exceptions. First of all, he gets to around the 22nd note, and you can't really count. You're going too fast to count, and it's not really the way to play it. It's more about feeling when you get just about to the end of that 3rd set of 8 notes. So around the 22nd note, he skips a note. And so it kind of gives it that little bit of character, as you probably have noticed in the song. So just don't try to count, just try to get a feel for the song. Leave off that 22nd note. And then the last note is an open E string. So number 31 is here, and number 32 is... And then he starts back over. So that walk up is what you've done before. It goes from open to 1st fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then he starts over. So let me explain that first part again. It is for 4 bars. He's hitting the note 8 times per bar. 8 times 4 is 32. He's hitting that note 32 times with those 2 exceptions. He doesn't hit note number 22, and note number 32 is an open E string. Okay, so I'll just play it real quick. Okay, so that was pretty close. I don't know if you played it right next to the song, if I got it right or not, but if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm not worried about getting it exactly right. It's about playing the song. And, you know, watch a few versions of Jack playing this on stage. He's kind of all over the fretboard. Sounds great. That's what we like. So just try to get the essence of that movement. So section number 1 of that break is 32 times. Leave off note number 22, and note number 32 is an open E string. Then you go 1st fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. You start over. He does it again. This time it's for only 3 bars. So a total of 24 notes. Note number 24 is an open E string. Does that again. And then he does it that same way a 3rd time. 3 bars. And then he does it for 1 bar. Then he does it for no bars and goes to the E power chord. And he holds that E power chord for 32 notes, or for 4 bars. See what I mean by it's a little more complicated to describe and talk about than it is to actually do it. So just to understand that structure a little bit, play along with the song. I've recommended Marty Schwartz's app. If you can get that on your iPhone and it slows the song down, you can play along with it and really learn it that way. So it sounds something like this. Sometimes in one of the videos I saw him playing it live for he goes. So that's just where you're hitting the single note there on the 1st fret of the E string. That's the F. Hits the G, 3rd fret, and then goes to an open A chord here. So he kind of is, again, he masters the fretboard and plays it how he wants to, and that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Now the only thing left is at the very end he changes it just one time when he goes. Does that little rundown. Now if you can do it fast enough with your power chords, then do it with the power chords. I can't, so I just go. And so that's going to be 7th fret of the A string, 5th fret of the A string, 8th fret of the E string, and then resolve it there on the 5th fret of the E string, which is your A. So those are the same notes. So it's E, D, C, A. And then ends up on that A chord for the last little set of lyrics, and it just stops with that very abruptly on that A chord. So that's it. Pretty easy song, really. Just got to keep that hand moving, and you can play it. You can hypnotize your audience. Over and out from my easy chair.